Mr. Speaker, I find there's several reasons to oppose the measure today. The cost estimate is, I think, a minimum $400 million, and it could stretch into the billions of dollars. Then the ambiguous definition of an essential worker, the point that Assemblyman Thompson just raised, and that is the failure to really adequately be able to direct any causation between contracting the virus and what these employees are doing, especially now as the state is opened. I think the bill leaves federal funds on the table and instead substitutes state funds, Mr. Speaker. But aside from all those, there are, I think, others that I want to just point out, and that is that we simply have no data to suggest that so-called essential workers, whoever they are under this bill, are contracting the virus at work as opposed to on the beach or anywhere else. One of the, I think, the very valid criticisms of the Murphy administration during this pandemic, and it's something I hope the legislature takes up at some point, is we really have a lack of data. We don't know where New Jerseyans are getting sick. Other states, I think, have done a better job of tracking those issues. And when New York looked at this issue, this specific issue about workers' comp and whether they should implement a system like this, Governor Cuomo looked at the data, and the data didn't support doing what the New York legislature had proposed, or the thought behind this bill, which was to set up a presumption in the workers' comp statute for essential workers. And so Governor Cuomo said, pull the bill. I'm not doing it because the data doesn't support it. We don't have that data in New Jersey. If we have that, if somebody in New Jersey has the data, it hasn't been shared with the legislature. Certainly, to my knowledge, hasn't been shared with the public, and it should. But the only data we've seen is what's come out of New York, and New York's data certainly doesn't support it. So I think it's another reason to pull back and vote against this bill. But I think the biggest reason to vote against the bill, Mr. Speaker, is it's going to hurt the very people it's intended to help. We are going to set so-called essential workers into a system that provides them with fewer benefits, less benefits than they're entitled to now from the federal government, because we're putting them in the workers' comp system, and setting up the potential, I think, again, as Assemblyman Thompson had pointed out, the possibility of having to repay benefits already received. So creating debts, reducing benefits for workers who are already covered by federal programs seems to me to be a misplaced notion. And I respect the sponsor of this bill a great deal. I've known him for a long time, and so I say this with great respect. But I think the bill is misdirected. It should be voted down, and if there's a better way, or if there are workers we specifically need to address, let's do that. But through the workers' comp system in this way, with this language, I think it's the wrong bill, and so I'll be opposing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.